just know, man, this shit never goes away, does it? Fuck it, oh man. Yeah. Well, you've seen the title of the video, man. I'm trying not to be too playful and jokey around as my normal savage self, because obviously the allegations that are alleged in this incident are serious allegations. Um, Stumbled across this news a little bit earlier in the day. I was doing the live stream not so long ago. Everyone started bringing it up in the stream. I didn't know it was the same. From what I saw earlier, I didn't get to read the whole article, so I thought it was the same lawsuit as before. And upon reading a bit of the article now, it is the same lawsuit. So it's a bit weird. But we'll get into it because, this is what we do in wrestling content. So let me not hide away from it. Especially when I'm always out here backing Vinny and that, but obviously I never swear for any man 100%. I will never do that. But let's get into it, man. A lot of it is going to be stuff that you've probably read previously, or know of previously. I would employ the wrestling fans, especially some of the ones who are in my chat and stuff like that, throwing around allegations and throwing around different words and Vince McMahon's done or this woman's lying or whatever. At least you can do, if you're going to run your mouth, is read the article. I think it's for the Wall Street Journal. Read the insights of the article. Do a bit of research before you start talking. I'm just going to give an unbiased opinion on what I think's gone on here. I'm going to have to preference it with allegedly, and also with the fact that I don't know who's telling the truth or not. But let's get into it. So, former WWE staffer Janelle Grant filed a lawsuit Thursday in which she alleged the longtime WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon sexually abused her and sex trafficked her to others within the company. According to the Wall Street Journal, Grant signed a non-disclosure agreement in 2022 under which she agreed to remain silent about her allegations and her relationship with Vince McMahon in exchange for $3 million. Now, this was the previous one because remember there was that whole conglomerate of different events and it come up to like 20 million or something like that. She was within this and that. And so it's the same thing, but obviously more details have been released now. Now, I know what's going to come next. I think she hasn't been paid the full 3 million and now she's broken the non-disclosure agreement because obviously they didn't keep up to the agreement as well. Very hard to speak on victims of certain things because you would go off emotion of how you would assume you would act in this instant, which is what I would normally do as well, and go, well, if it was as serious as you're saying and alleged, the money wouldn't be the main thing. You'd be getting the story out and making sure this person has been brought to justice. But at the same time, when you know that the person's not going to be brought to justice and they're a billionaire, the only way to hurt them is their pockets. The thing with Vince McMahon, you can't hurt his pockets anyway. There's a billionaire, and he ain't going to prison for any of this stuff if it was true. So it's a bit weird to see that they didn't pay her the 3 million, but it's also weird that you'd signed a non-disclosure agreement. There's both sides to that story there, so I don't know who's telling the truth, but I do know that they had sexual relations. It's just whether those relations were consensual or anything like that. I have to preference this as well, is this WWE Janelle Grant, she's not a child. She's not like a child who's been groomed, so I have to preference that as well. Grant alleges that in her lawsuit that payment stopped after 1 million payment, told you. So she is seeking to void the agreement and suing for unspecified damages. What damages is she suing for when she got paid $1 million? She's not suing for damages. She's basically saying, I didn't get paid my 3 million. I'm running it back and I want my 3 mil. Which I think is honest both ways there. Give me my 3 mil. That's what you're trying to disclose. But at the same time, I'm not going to feel sorry over not having 2 mil, am I? So, additionally, Grant alleges that in the lawsuit, McMahon had her create personalized sexual content for a WWE superstar that he was trying to sign. This person is the reason why Brock is a part of this whole thing. Allegedly, that the content was for Brock Lesnar. I'll get into that a little bit later on. Flip it now. The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but described him as both a UFC fighter and WWE talent. Didn't name the talent. So we got another where was the other UFC champion? Who's Ronda Rousey? Get the fuck out of here, man. People familiar with the matter identified the wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of the biggest names. Yep, the biggest name in WWE, if not. In the lawsuit, which names WWE McMahon and former WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis as the defendants, Grant alleges that McMahon pressured her into sexual situations and degraded her in an exchange for giving her a job at WWE as an administrative coordinator in the WWE's department after meeting her in 2019. Yep. Yeah, it's not looking good for Vince, is it? There's a few reasons why. One is, on the current state of the world, if you're an old white man, you kind of fucked already, innit? Like, the general perception is that it's always negative. Now, that isn't 100% true. Of course it's not. But coming off Epstein and Weinstein and all, they're all this, you know what I mean? So, it's the one connection they have is the old white men, and they have a lot of money. That's what it's, you know what I mean? Which is, it's tragic in terms of, like, that's not every person, but we'll continue. Also, it's not looking good for Vince is because we've seen the storylines that Vince has played out on TV doing these exact things, and he wrote those stories, and he was the boss. So there's two things to this. It's either this is what Vince is like, and the reason why his stories were so unconvincing is because that's how Vince is, which is very possible. It's also likely as well, which is possible, that this lady who took a job at WWE Googled Vince, seen the stuff that he did in the past, and when she's gone to blackmail him over these certain things, when they've had a sexual relation, you brought this up because its general perception would be, yeah, it sounds right about Vince. The only issue you've got there is he might just wanted a non-disclosure sign because he just didn't want stuff out there about him like this, about the sexual content, which is coming up as well. So yeah, let's get back to this and we'll see. Grant states that in her lawsuit that in June 2021, McMahon and another executive locked her in an office, took turns sexually assaulting her. She also alleged that the days later, McMahon locked her in a private locker room and forced himself on her. Also in the Vince McMahon storyline. This is not a joke. I'm so glad I didn't go forward with the reaction videos I was gonna of what the fuck was this WWE, because it ain't looking good. McMahon allegedly sent explicit text messages to Grant and to other people within WWE about Grant, and Grant provided screenshots as part of a lawsuit. In one text message, McMahon wrote to Grant, "I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want to F you." Again, I have to preference this with, these kind of things are in Vince's storylines, bro. McMahon allegedly sent explicit photos of Grant to other people in WWE, and when other WWE expressed an interest in having sex with Grant after seeing her photos on his phone, McMahon allegedly texted, "She may scream and try to say no, although it would be difficult to say anything with a penis down your throat." Wild. I have to preface this. If this is true, it's not good, bro. It's not good, and it's disgusting, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, it's disgusting. That's what it is. What it is. Where will you get to? Oh, Grant alleged that McMahon told her on multiple occasions to go to Laurinaitis' hotel room and have sex with him before work days. Regarding Lesnar, Grant alleged that he signed a new contract. McMahon allegedly texted Grant, "The part of your deal was effing you." Fucking hell. McMahon alleged gave Lesnar Grant's cell number, and Lesnar allegedly asked her to send videos of her urinating. Lesnar, who is married to former WWE superstar Sable, allegedly told Grant he wanted to set a play date in December 2021, but a snowstorm cancelled plans. Grant said that in the lawsuit pressured her to sign a non-disclosure agreement in 2022 when his wife Linda McMahon became aware of the relationship. That sounds about right. The problem is I don't know if it's a consensual relationship or not, but the fact that he didn't want his wife to know, signed a non-disclosure agreement, probably makes sense. Because I'm sure that Linda knows the stuff that he gets up to with other women, but it being embarrassing and being out there in the public eye is two different things. In July 2022, McMahon retired from WWE after it was reported that paid multiple women $14.6 million to remain silent about sexual encounters with him and alleged allegations of sexual misconduct. A WWE Board of Directors investigation found McMahon improperly failed to report the payments as business expenses and he was required to repay the company the cost of the investigation. Grant alleges that WWE tried to minimize her allegations of sexual assault by making the investigation more about payments and how they were reported. McMahon returned to WWE in January 2023 and helped orchestrate a sale of the company to Endeavor Group Holding, which also owns UFC. WWE and UFC have since merged into a company called TKO Group Holdings, and McMahon is an executive chairman. He won't be in about a week. On Tuesday, the 78-year-old Vince McMahon was presented with New York Stock Exchange as part of TKO contingent after it was announced that WWE has reached a reported 10-year, £5 billion deal with Netflix. We got that. None of McMahon, Laurinaitis, or Lesnar have commented on the allegation, but McMahon's lawyer, Jerry McDevitt, he's a bad man, by the way, I said in 2022, McMahon has no consensual relationship with Grant, who had yet to be named at the time. Fuck, I haven't read that much in school. Okay, I feel like whatever my views are on this, it's gonna be taken the wrong way. But fuck it, innit? I'm a savage and I do what I like. But yeah, this whole thing's a bit fucked, innit? It's a bit fucked, man. There's two sides to this, and my feelings towards it. And obviously, the both sides are, if Vince has done all of these things non-consensual, fuck Vince. It is what it is. If Vince has done these things consensual and this woman is blackmailing him for more money because of the non-disclosure fee, then she's a whore. And it is what it is. Honestly, it is what it is. Because if it's a consensual relationship, then it's just a bunch of men being nasty, but consensual, and the woman agreeing to it. The issues I have with these things, and I wouldn't wish any of this upon any woman I know, my missus, my mum, my sister, I wouldn't wish this upon them, but I would also have the same vim for them if the reason why you took a job was on the basis that you sleep with old men and pee on camera for another one. It does, like, this isn't somebody trying to keep their job. This is somebody taking a job. It says it there in the thing, so I don't know, but it's very sad if the woman's telling the truth. Do I believe it's the truth? I don't know, but there probably is some truth in it, and it's not looking good. It's always a bit iffy when money gets involved, because then you can't help but start to look at things a certain way. You know what I mean? Naturally, you start going, if this happened to you, why is it about money and why is it not about this? Or if this did happen to you, this should be the way it should go and blah, 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 and money shouldn't be able to get Vince or Laurinaitis out of this. Also, Brock being in this, does Brock know that the alleged video or photographs being sent wasn't consensual? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be honest now. We have to be grown-ups about this and adults and that, man. People live their life in certain weird ways that I don't agree with. Well, I don't need to agree with. It's not my life. But if everyone in this situation is consensual and there's an office whore and they're all consenting about sleeping with each other and sending each other photographs, then it's just disgusting. It's not illegal. But if this woman is a new intern or something like that, or she's trying to get a new job and the only way she can get a job is by sleeping with this guy and that guy and doing this, well, then that's sexual misconduct in the workplace. She said that Vince forced herself on him, which is, that's sexual assault. All the other stuff in between, I'm not going to comment on, because if you get sent to someone's hotel of terms of an agreement to sleep with someone and you've not been forced to go there, then I don't know. It's all wrapped up in the Me Too movement. I see people... The worst part about this is somebody in a position of power using the power to sexually misconduct. That's the part what's a problem. But my honest opinion is always going to be, aside from the sexual assault stuff, if that's real, just, deal with that. Justice system, deal with that now. Then it's basically like, I chose to still take this job on because I wanted it so bad, so I slept with these guys to get the job. Or you could just not take the job and go get a job somewhere else. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. If I can cancel from this, man, I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You can't cancel me anyway, bro. Been your boy, Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. I hope this gets sorted out. I hope whoever the victim in this is gets their justice. Whether the victim's Vince because he's telling the truth, or the victim's the lady because she's telling the truth. And I hope whoever the scumbag is in this, whether it's Vince for all them stuff she said, then fuck Vince, fuck John Laurinaitis, and I don't know about the Brock thing because it's still confusing. And yeah, but if it's the other way and she's lying and she's just trying to blackmail, man, I ain't standing with that either because I'm not on this believe the victim thing at all until I get more and more evidence. But that's my opinion on it, man. So, sound out in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Make sure you read the article first, or make sure you listen to what I just said. I've read it from the Wall Street Journal, and we'll see. Fucking hell. Yeah, run.